Well, folks, I don't know what happened this morning, but my videos are missing from the channel. So, I'm very sorry about that. But anyways, let's get the video going.
Well, good evening, everybody. I dug up that little plant yesterday and I put him in a zippy lock, keep him moist so he didn't dry out or fall over. And I stopped on the way today and I got a little cheap planter that we're going to affix to the dashboard with said plant. So let's see what we got here. Probably do not have enough dirt, but we got it everywhere. And I just dug a hole for the ashes, so I've got some good moisture dirt. Actually, that might be enough. Little spot for his roots in there. Yeah, it needs a little more. I'll go get some. Right over here. All right, now we got a little more dirt. Stick them in down in our little hole we made. Kind of stick some of these runner roots down in there. Yeah, I don't know how it'll work, how it'll last, especially with the putting the window shade in every night. It's going to be right up in the front of that, so I don't know how it's going to work, but we'll see. I'd like just to get a little, something going on in here. So we'll go ahead and give him a little water. Now, obviously, I don't think he needs much water. I mean, this is a desert, and they're up in the top couple inches of the soil. So I think I'm going to get him a good water tonight, like it just rained, and then we're not going to touch him for like probably a week or so, at least. Maybe what I'll do is every time it rains, I'll hit him. Whatever nature does, we'll do. A couple strips of this double-sided tape on there, and shouldn't go anywhere. All right, I'm going to get this taped up here. We should be done with this little project. All right, well, you get it, because it's going to take me forever to do this. Well, good evening, everybody. I don't know how well that plant is going to live or last, but I kind of want to put some greenery in the van. So we'll see what happens. But I'm so glad it became such a beautiful night tonight. It was cruddy, cold, rainy all day, but when I got off of work, blue skies, nice, sunny. So I'm really glad that changed. And we're back out here tonight. Probably come back out here tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm glad I put that little plant in there just to try it. If it doesn't work, I'll put something else up there. I also did buy a giant sequoia tree. Hold on a second. You can see this thing? It says it has everything you need to grow a giant sequoia. And years ago, when I moved to Maine, I bought one in Northern California in the sequoia forest. It almost died. I got it back to health. I got the thing growing. Unfortunately, when my relationship didn't work out, my ex killed the tree. And I always kind of missed one of those because they're so cool. So I'm going to try to grow one as well, but we'll see what happens. I don't know how it's going to work. Going from seed, I may order one from the same place I got the last one. That'd be pretty cool. But if I get one that's already this tall, where would I put it? Would be the problem. So it may be cool just to grow from seeds to see what happens. But I'd hate to see the little guy die if it got taller. But there's another day of beautiful van life. I have decided I definitely need to buy a blower to clean out that garage and underneath the fridge. There's so much dust that gets in there. It'd be nice to have a blower just to right out the back, blow everything out. And I really want to put a window in that slider. I have to get this tooth fixed a week from this Thursday. So we're basically almost looking at 2 weeks till I get this one fixed. Then I'm going to get this one fixed. So it's not high on the board, but yeah, I think I'm going to come back out here tomorrow. And then maybe the day after, go to the other spot again. But I love it out here. It's so calm, peaceful. I like all the trees. And it's nice to talk to you all when I'm out here. But hopefully that little desert plant that I dug up can live and blossom and add some enjoyment to my van life. But as always, I love living in this van. It is so freeing and so emotionally gratifying. You don't have to worry about all the BS every day when you're around other people, and like if you're renting an apartment and spending way too much for a place you never want to be anyways. I mean, I don't watch TV. I want to be outside. I want to do more hiking, and hopefully we'll figure that out. My schedule keeps changing. I keep going later and later. But hopefully that will work out somehow. But it's a beautiful night. I filled the diesel heater up this morning. So we're probably at about a 50-50, or actually probably 60 diesel, 40% kerosene mix. And hopefully, a little smokes in the eyes. Hopefully I can get one more gallon of kerosene. I think that's the last I'll probably need. I don't think we're going to be running the heater much more than maybe a couple weeks at the most. I mean, occasionally I may turn it on if it's chilly, but I don't think it's going to be. And where I am, it's desert, dry, so shouldn't be worried about condensation in the van. I know, but we'll see. But I really want to put a window in that slider. That is the biggest thing I want to do. I keep looking around. I just can't find one for a 2003 Ford Econoline. I don't know. But folks, I think I'm just going to enjoy the rest of my evening, do some work on the internet, and go to bed. So as always, thank you for watching, commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing. I appreciate it, and it helps the channel. And as always, you guys have a great morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. And we'll see you tomorrow for more of my exciting van life on Jellybean Outdoors.